IMS International Music Summit 2023, Mr. Pete Tong on Enjoy Television. How are you?
Yeah, good. Good to be back with you and here.
Yes, absolutely. So I still remember the first edition of IMS at Azar in the countryside of Ibiza, right?
Yeah, when we were kind of putting everyone on a bus and we couldn't get one hotel for 3 days.
Exactly.
So we were kind of touring around, yeah.
And now, 14 years later.
Yeah, 14 events later, I think it's 16 years. Here we are at Destino, and I think it's this is feels like a very, very good fit for us. Obviously, we had those years at the Grand and then at the Hard Rock, but I think just being a little bit away and in more of a kind of enclosed, setup and compound. Also coming back to the venue for a second year. It just feels even better because everyone knows what they're doing and knows where to go and knows where to hang, and they've arranged their meeting, so it kind of takes on a life of its own. So yeah, we're very, very pleased, and the weather's good. So.
A lot of things to talk about because this year we are talking about artificial intelligence, the aging in the industry, in the DJing, the social media. Well, this world is completely changed, right?
Yeah, it has. I mean, obviously, the business around electronic music is it's just really matured, and now we're talking about a generational change as well. I mean, there's always been a degree of generational change, but I think coming out of COVID, it's kind of accelerated the shift of clearly and probably the clearest ever of a new generation coming through, a lot more different genders, becoming more and more prominent and impactful in the kind of wider world of electronic music. So yeah, it's exciting times. And then obviously the question is like, what happens to us, the old guys? How do we continue, or how does that evolve? So yeah, there's some discussion about that this time, but it's good, it's exciting, and I think it keeps there's the path to entry to take part in this world. There isn't one really. It's very simple to kind of take part. And you can kind of that's what Max Lusada was saying yesterday when I was doing the keynote. It's an amazing time where you can make a record in your bedroom, distribute it yourself, and by the end of the week be a global kind of in demand. So yeah, interesting times. A lot of competition, but
we are living in a year that everything is so fast. The music is
too fast. Yeah, I mean, but the live experience is not fast. I think people that's what fascinates me is I mean, we're fighting harder and harder to get attention for the music that's made on all the different platforms, but the live experience is as strong, if not stronger than ever, that people, despite that generation who kind of flick through TikTok or flick through Spotify or like don't buy anything or don't download anything or don't, just it's also kind of frivolous. They still turn up at the gigs and then they really engage with the artist and the music. So so I think that indicates that the culture is super healthy, if not the kind of patterns of consumption are still challenging.
Right.
So
there is something in the industry that come in the industry like 5-6 years ago is the healthy, the mental health, the well-being now is a part of the industry, part of the movement. It wasn't like that.
No, I think again it's a kind of maturity of the community and the culture that obviously it projects an image, or did used to project an image for a very long time of it being parties and crazy, and obviously everyone loves those little it's just seemed like everything was such a big party. I mean that actually was the inspiration for why the IMS started, because me and Ben and Danny and Mark and Simeon, we worked in Ibiza, we loved Ibiza, and we loved the industry and we loved the music, and as much as we liked the party and the party was part of the process, we kind of wanted to say to everyone, real business gets done here, real music gets made because of what's happening in Ibiza, real music gets made, and like new and incredibly kind of creative ideas happen because of what happens when everybody comes together in Ibiza. It's not just everyone getting drunk and losing their minds. So that actually was a really, really big thing. I would say the number one reason we started the IMS, because we were kind of like, all the people we work with back home were like, yeah, they're just in Ibiza, like, having a party. It's like, no, we're actually working.
We work.
We are working.
We
yeah.
are working.
So, yeah.
We face the future this edition, right? With IMS.
Yeah.
We face the future. So, what will be the future of electronic music? What will be the future of Ibiza and the industry?
Well, I think it's constantly evolving and trying to. Obviously it's competitive in this island amongst the nightclubs, amongst the day clubs, the fighting over lineups and stuff like that. But look at the opportunity. If from the other side, from the artist's point of view, the DJ point of view, the opportunity is, if you've got to that level, then the opportunity is huge in Ibiza, and it's still. And it's not the kind of hippie, kind of crazy, like maybe spiritual free place it was in, late 80s, early 90s, but it is still a really exciting place to come and play. And there's so many different offerings in Ibiza, from, the very high-end production of High and Ushuaia to the kind of probably a little bit more, kind of different vibe at Pasha, a little bit more, maybe a bit more glamour and a bit more sexiness, and then you've got the kind of real authenticity and kind of rawness at DC10, and many others. So I think it's still, that's why Ibiza's still so. It's still the thing, it's still the place to play. Even Tiesto this year is coming back after years of being in Vegas. He wants to be back in Ibiza. His music. He's kept going all these years, and his music travels all over the world. And I think he feels like he's better placed to communicate to the rest of the world being in Ibiza than just being in Vegas the whole time. So, and he did both. He was here back in the day, so that's good to see. And a lot of obviously young talent coming through and facing the future is facing just the challenges of we talked about AI. How just the process of making music and getting your music out there, and like how to kind of break music and establish yourself. So
we can say you still feel the magic of the island.
Yeah, I do. I in a different way maybe, but I do. It's almost second home to me, really. When me and my wife come back here, we had a house here for many years, but it will always be a home in some sense. We're so familiar with it, and it's she speaks better Spanish than I do, but I think that. Yeah, it'll always be a massive part of our lives. So being able to kind of incorporate work here and do good stuff here, and have the IMS here, and I'm just proud that the IMS, it was rough. COVID was rough running a conference, and we had a partner, and then that partner got into trouble, and then obviously Beatport have come along and joined us this year, and it's been great, very supportive to us. So I'm just proud to see what it means to people, that it still matters, because it's like for me and Ben, it's like a professional, it's like a cause or a hobby. It's like it's a mission. It's not, it happens once a year, and like everyone's really, really busy, but it's great when you come together here and see what it means. It's worth doing it. So yeah.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you.
See you next time.
Thank you.